Hi everyone. So I'm back again with what will probably be a quick video on just some celebrity news, let's call it. We can't ignore the Wendy Williams divorce that was finally filed. And I'm gonna link to my other video that I did when I just got kind of fed up with people speculating and saying, well, why is she staying? And she's stupid and this and that. And she wants to talk about everybody else's business. My gloss is bothering me. This happens in my videos. Um, anyway, everyone else is saying, oh, well, she talks about everyone else's business, but we can't talk about hers. And I basically made a video saying that in her case, there's a lot of money involved, there's a lot of history involved. What Wendy was probably doing was talking to her lawyers, getting things in order, gathering evidence, maybe. And I mean, I also believe there may have been some other things at play, like her husband, threatening her if it is true that he's been abusive. Um, Not to mention just like the thought of not wanting to pay that person so much money because he's been so involved in her business, even though he's been kind of like a deadbeat or whatever the case may be and living off her probably. She's probably still gonna have to pay him quite a bit of money. Maybe not. I hope she doesn't end up paying him half of everything because ugh. But anyway, so yeah, that's basically what I said in my original video on the subject, that Wendy was just kind of like probably personally processing what was going on, preparing to leave, and just covering all of her legal bases first. And lo and behold, fast forward a few months later, I guess it was like a few months ago, maybe even less time. But here we are today, and she has filed divorce papers. He's been served. She allegedly repossessed a vehicle or had it repossessed. He's been ordered to leave the home they supposedly shared. And yeah, first of all, I'm happy for her that she's been able to take these steps forward. I knew that she would tell her story in her own time when it made sense legally and probably personally. And quite frankly, I think that apart from relapsing, I think she played this in a lot of ways exactly as she should have played it. And so um yeah, like I'm very happy with the outcome for her, and it kind of played out the way I expected it would, and I'm glad that she's telling her story and like throwing like the subtle hints in her own time, and yeah, like moving forward. Um so a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, well, why has he been ordered to leave the home?" We have to remember Wendy is not broke. Wendy and Kevin aren't broke. They have more than one house, most likely. Um and yeah, he's probably gone to another property that they own jointly, that it would be considered marital property. Or, maybe I don't know where he is, but it's entirely possible and probably very likely that he's staying in some other property they own. It's not unusual for regular people, even when they decide to separate, for one party to move out of the house. That's not so unusual. And then when you throw in the fact that there have been domestic violence allegations, it's entirely possible that he was ordered to leave. Maybe she took out a protective order or something like that. Although I would think that everyone would be reporting on it. If a court issued a protective order for her, for domestic violence reasons. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say on that. It'll be interesting to see how this unfolds. I think the big story will probably be the way the money gets divided between the two of them. I don't know what they may or may not have had in place before they got married. But yeah, I really don't want, yeah, I hope he doesn't walk away with much because he's just been so awful. You know, if the stories are correct. Also on the YouTube blogs, YouTube streets, YouTube channels, everyone's been talking about this interview that a YouTube creator, content channel host, whatever. I'm tired. Like, I'm doing this video right before bed, as I often do. So, yeah, I'm trying to hold it together. Um, but yeah, a YouTube creator interviewed someone who allegedly worked with Kevin, was like represented by him as talent, and made all these claims about having had a sexual relationship with Kevin, and this person was a man. He's supposedly married now. I think the video was weird. I do believe that some of what the guy said could be true. Absolutely, but I also think he's kind of like a freak and just like gross, and you know, he made a lot of claims that I think kind of came out for shock value. No person who felt used or victimized would talk in that manner. Or most people, I would think, wouldn't talk in that manner, and he seemed to really enjoy telling about it, and just like the graphic detail, even some of the things he said about his supposed wife in this, you know, I'm gonna sound judgmental, but strikes me as a very weird marriage that he now has. That they now have. Even the wife referred to Kevin Hunter as the man's sugar daddy. Like, just a lot was going on. I won't repeat like the graphic details, but just like some really bizarre off the wall stuff that doesn't make this guy look good from like a hygiene standpoint even. Um but yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. I can't doubt that he's been involved with I don't know what they, you know, are were into what was going on at the condo in Fort Lee, New Jersey. Like, that's none of, you know, whatever. All I'm saying is, I believe it's possible that this guy's story is true, but I do believe there's probably like some details added for shock effect or like embellishments, maybe. I don't know. Um Found it interesting that he had something negative to say about Wendy, like a brief negative thing, but then the rest of the video, basically he said that she was evil and she should have defended him, even though he was allegedly sleeping with her husband. Or not sleeping, I guess, but like going to nude spas and doing other stuff. Um uh but yet he maintains that she should have defended him from her husband, even though he was a grown man, and said that he consciously made a decision to enter into these types of activities with Kevin, um, with the sole intent of advancing his career. Um, yeah, I don't know. But then he said that, like, for most of the remainder of the interview, he's saying, "Oh, well, I don't have any beef with Wendy. This isn't about Wendy. It's about Kevin." So then it's kind of like, which is it? Like, you think she's bad or you think she's harmless? Like, you wouldn't have come forward if they weren't divorcing. I don't know. I think this person's credibility is shaky, or his motives are. Yeah, I don't think he has like, he says that Kevin Hunter owes him money. I don't know if that's true or not. But his motives are questionable. But even in spite of all that, I do believe there's probably some truth to some of the things he's been saying. He's, you know, saying. There were two parts to that video, whatever. Anyway, that's all I got for now. I just wanted to chime in with a little bit of celebrity news, and because everybody's talking about it, whatever. You'll notice that I didn't do a video on the Nipsey Hussle murder because, like, that's just, I don't know, sad. I, you know, wouldn't even begin to know what to say, but just like, it's unfortunate. But yeah, after that, this was like the next big celebrity news story. I'd already covered a part one on it, so I wanted to do a follow up part two to say I think I was spot on in my first video. I knew that this day would come, and you know that Wendy would come out swinging, and you know, here we are. She did. So anyway, I'm gonna get to bed, I guess, and watch me not be able to sleep now that I you know, stayed up and did a video. Anyway, on that note, take care, be well. I will see you in the next video. Bye now.